Hi guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy Rare Disease Day. I hope that today that you'll learn something about rare diseases and that you will share the information that you learn, this way others can learn as well. So, today is Rare Disease Day, and for anybody who doesn't know, a rare disease is a disease that is rare, that not many people have. I believe it is under 2,500 individuals who have it in the United States. However, every country has a different number, like threshold of where you meet for rare. I believe it's lower in Europe by a little bit. Rare Disease Day is a pretty new day that's observed. It began only in 2008, but we've come a long ways, in those couple of years with raising awareness. So that's a great thing, because there are over 300 million people worldwide who live with rare diseases. There are over 6,000 rare diseases, 72% of which are genetic, and 70% of those only begin in childhood, which is pretty mind-blowing, because if you think of it, the other 30%, hopefully that's not correct, is it now? Oh yeah, it is. The other 30% of those people, like, you're living your life and like you think you're completely normal, and then like you get into adulthood and they're like, surprise, you have a genetic disease. Like, that's kind of, earth shattering for somebody, when you think you're completely normal. I mean, I knew I wasn't completely normal from the beginning. Excuse me. I've just been feeling like really, really sick and dizzy today. So several of my diseases are rare, and so are my internal birth defects. So my internal birth defects, I have an extra valve on the right side on my heart, and it's fused together with one of my regular valves. Then I have an extra vertebrae. I have a supernumerary kidney, and then I have two ureters, which is the tube that attaches your kidney to your bladder, and those two are twisted up in me. Then I have the arm bone in my abdomen, and I know there's a defect in the hip. I don't remember what it is though. Yeah, look, my brain fog's so bad I don't even remember all my own diseases. So we'll see how this ends up going. I've had really bad brain fog and just not feeling great, so we'll see how well this video goes. Sorry about that. I would have loved to have one of those like really pretty, awesome videos going up, but this is what we have to work with. So, my rare diseases are, and these are what they've been classified as rare. I know some of them, people argue that they're not rare, they're just rarely diagnosed. That's a whole other argument. These are the ones, though, that are listed at the moment as rare. Hypergenegic postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I believe mast cell activation syndrome is still listed as rare, but people do debate that one a lot. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, gastroparesis, hereditary hemoglobin telangiectasia. I think those are all my rare ones, as far as I can remember in this moment. Those are my rare stuff. Yeah. So, but being rare definitely has had a big impact on my family, my social life, everything. Like, really, how I interact with doctors, how much I'm required to know. You're required to know a lot more when you're rare. Let me just tell you, because you get, let me Google that, or could you explain that to me? I hate, like, certain things I refuse to go to the hospital for. And one of them, and I know this one's really, really bad, it's dangerous, but when I'm going, like, pre-anaphylactic, I argue about going to the hospital because nobody knows how to treat mast cell. When I've been in there and I'm like, oh, look, I have mast cell activation syndrome. This bothers me, that bothers me. And now I'm all, like, tearing up. people like don't understand. And so I'm like, how am I supposed to go to the hospital and get good treatment for my disease when nobody knows what? So it does really present as challenging. And to me, it's common knowledge that some of my rare diseases go together. But I've run into recently doctors, a couple of them, who swear none of these diseases ever are seen together. And people are insane for saying that they do in my case. And let me just tell you which ones they are. The POTS, mast cell, and EDS. I've had doctors that are like, oh no, they can't go together. It's like illegal or something. Like, no, there's a lot of research studies that even suggest that there's similar genes involved and possibly mutated, or like, I want to like almost say like bruised. I feel like there's another word that I'm missing. Is there another word besides mutated that means not as severely mutated? Maybe I'm just making that up, that there's another word. My brain fog, like I said, it's been bad. I'm sure you can tell. But like, so for that's been very frustrating that they don't even know that these diseases can go together. That, or I get, well, POTS is not a real disease. So you get that a lot. Oh, that's not real. No, it's just rare. It is real. And even like POTS, I know for the regular POTS, they have changed the criteria. When you do type POTS into Google, now it comes up as common. But hypergenic POTS is rare. I do want to make that like differentiate that, just because I do know that there is a difference and the two are not classified as the same as rare and not rare. They're two different. Even though they're they're similar diseases, but they're not the same. Yeah, I don't think my adrenal stuff is rare, but we don't actually know where that comes from. There's a lot of stuff that, see, we don't really know, okay, is it rare or is it not rare? So we're still kind of trying to unpackage everything, I guess you could say, in my case, and it's quite frustrating, as you all know, and you can see. It's been really difficult, especially with doctors who like are like, oh, well, you can't have more than one rare disease, or you're too young to have that many rare diseases. Or what I got recently was yesterday. It was really funny. The doctor goes, you can't have HHT. That's a pediatrics disease. Okay, doc, let me just tell you something. Those pediatrics, those kids with HHT, guess what? They get older and become adults. Whoa. That happens. We age. I wish we didn't. I mean, HHT does not stop the aging process, guys. It's a blood disorder. So, and with it doesn't even make any sense. Not even going there. And that's what it is sometimes. You have to, I think, with a rare disease, have a sense of humor. Because if you don't, you're going to get very, very frustrated and cry a lot. But having a sense of humor, consuming good content and positive content, and educating yourself and really taking care of yourself, like prioritizing self-care even though you don't want to, those are all like my tips to battle rare disease. I mean, you really have to know your stuff. I'm not gonna lie. You need to know more than you should be required to know. I need to know and like have paperwork on hand if I go anaphylactic, what medications the ER needs to use. I can't just go to the ER and expect them to know that, because I know that they don't. I have had the conversation. No, they don't have paperwork on file or anywhere that says this is mast cell protocol for anaphylactic. And other than EpiPens, they're all clueless. I know it's common sense that you would also use Benadryl and H1 blockers, H2. I get it. You know it. The hospital says it's not on hand. I have to bring the stupid paperwork. So you really need to know how to take care of yourself the best to your ability when you have a rare disease. You need to be equipped. You can't expect people to know stuff, to tell you stuff. You need to like do your own research. Even with scans and stuff, I read all the reports. I don't just let some doctor tell me, oh, it looks good, because sometimes it doesn't. I have had a lot of people lie and tell me, oh, it looks great, and I look at the report, okay, well, what's this? Oh, well, that doesn't contribute to your symptoms. It might not. However, I have the right to know that that is going on also in my body. So, I just really think, that you need to, like I said, be so educated, so stinking careful with rare disease, and yeah, just really take care of yourself, educate yourself, advocate for yourself. Don't be afraid to tell a doctor what your disease is and how it affects you, because most of them have not an earthly clue. If they've seen one other patient with your rare disease, they're lucky. And I even have like doctors who have never seen anybody with my disease and they don't know much about it. And they're like, oh, well, you can't have it. I've never seen it before. Don't work that way. I wish it did. So, or, well, I have another patient with your rare disease, but you're more severe than them. Sorry? You get a lot of weird comments with rare disease, that much I will tell you. But like I said, you just gotta laugh at them. So I hope you enjoyed this Rambly Rare Disease Day awareness video. I can't even get out the words because the brain fog is so bad. I don't even know what else is going on with my body. It is just really, really mad at this moment. But what are you going to do? So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have a rare disease, please share it in the comments. And also share this video. This way we can raise awareness for rare diseases. And I will see you all soon in the next video. And be sure to like and subscribe.